All right, folks, we welcome back to the show David Solway, Canadian poet and essayist, and he is the author of just a great piece that really impressed the heck out of me at pjmedia.com, What Will It Take? And it's all about Barack Obama, what he's done, what he's doing, what he continues to do, what he might yet do, and the question needs to be asked, when will America wake up and basically do something about it, or you might say take their country back. Joining us now is David. Hello, sir.
Hi, Steve. I hope we have better luck this time.
Yes. The connection is great, and we have about 7 nice minutes to talk, so that's definitely wanted to bring you back because I wanted to discuss this piece. What has been the I mean, a piece that starts with, let me begin with the categorical statement that given current events and recent political history can be easily defended. Barack Obama is a willful, indoctrinated child of the left with strong Islamic sympathies who's not fit to govern. Indeed, he would not be fit to govern Lower Slobovia. So what has been the reaction that you've received up in Canada to this column?
Well, Canadians are not really a very responsive people. You know, we apologize if we step on somebody's foot, and we like to say and drink Molson beer most of the time. And, of course, we get very depressed when the Montreal Canadiens lose a hockey game, as they did last night to the St. Louis Blues. So I don't think there was much of a reaction in Canada. The reaction actually came from Americans, whom I've always contended are a far livelier, richer in a sense, I mean, emotionally, and a more virile people than we are as Canadians. I think that's because we Canadians have been very privileged to be the neighbor of the United States, to be protected by the United States, to have a vast trade concourse with the United States, very much like Europe, which has lived off the largesse of the United States, as you well know, since the Marshall Plan, and has used its freedom, the freedom that the United States has given it, because the United States has spent its own fortunes defending, you know, they've actually subsidized the military budget there, defending the Europeans. So the Europeans had a lot of time to turn back and sneer at the United States for being vulgar and, the kind of people you read in Henry James and so on.
Right. Well,
Canada is not so different.
Okay, so by the way, the Canadians could take a little solace in the fact that even though the Devils are having a miserable season, Marty Brodeur is right up there, maybe it's the third or fourth in goals against, and is coming off a back-to-back shutout win and a 2-goal against performance. So maybe that'll help them. But anyway, having said that, I'm one of the biggest Devils fans there is. I mean, my son and I are. So what about the reaction from the United States then?
Well, most of the comments I've received, either via email or on talkbacks at the site itself, have been, I would say, about 85-90% positive. So there clearly is a large minority, I don't know about a majority, but a large minority of people out there who would agree with what I had to say. And I don't take, particular sort of pleasure in having to say these kinds of things, and I don't think it takes any great insight to write the kind of article that I did. I think all it takes is a certain modicum of honesty and a certain amount of common sense.
And courage, because honesty and courage, and that's something our media no longer consists of as a rule. And I want to skip to the end because if we run out of time, I want to have addressed this because I think it's most important. I think a lot of us are familiar with the things Barack Obama has done, especially listeners and viewers to my show. And I've been talking about this, since he ran the first time. But you're right near the end. The question remains: what will it take to awaken the tranquilized sector of the public and shake the elite core of complacent opinion makers out of their blind and fictional torpor? So when will this, you think it'll happen before it is too late for America to change and to take the country back? And those are my words.
I don't I want to stay as courteous as I possibly can, and I want to use acceptable language. I mean, I'm with Phil Robertson, for example. I think he's perfectly right in many respects, but I think he made an error in the kind of language he used. I have to be careful with my language because I don't want to alienate people. So let me just say that I think, from my perspective up here in the North, and I think it's a good perspective because I'm not caught in the fog of American politics. I have a kind of antiseptic distance,
right.
So it enables me to see a little bit more clearly, I think. I don't, Steve, I don't know how to put this.
Go ahead.
I feel that America is screwed. I think the fractures run too deep, the divisions are too great, the abyss is too profound, the hatreds, the misunderstanding, the misuse of language, the entire sort of racial debacle that is going on, which need never have happened, at least not in modern times, at least not since the civil rights movement. All this, as well as, of course, Republicans and Democrats and the possibility of a third party and so on. I think the divisions run so deep, and that they're tectonic. I don't think you can recover. I think there may be a partial road back, but never will, in my estimation, and it's unfortunate for us too here in Canada, never will you achieve the glory that the United States was managed to achieve when it was at the pinnacle of world, not just domination, that's the wrong word, but worldly success, worldly power, and a power that, for all the corruption and all the decadence that goes on in the United States as in every other country, was actually a bonus for the world. It's what kept the Pax Americana gave us 2 to 3 generations, well, not entirely without war, but without anything like a world war. And that's gone. And as far as the United States is concerned, they've alienated, under Obama and his puerile administration, they've alienated the entire Middle East, they've alienated their allies, they've turned their own people against one another, so that it's what I meant when I've written several times that the greatest enemy the United States has to face is not Vladimir Putin. It's not the Chinese emperor, whoever he happens to be at the present time. It's not Ahmadinejad. It is Barack Obama. I don't know where he comes from. I don't know what his real underlying agenda is. I think I have some suspicions, as other people do.
We will follow this up, sir. We will follow this up. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. David Solway, Canadian poet and essayist, on the Steve Malzberg Show. We'll